So, ladies and gentlemen, I have got the Dare to be Different accountant, Francesca Tricarico, and she's the managing director of Future Cloud Accounting, a friendly, forward-thinking accountant based in Newark-on-Trent. Francesca had various jobs whilst she had two small children, but then found a passion for accounting, so decided to go back to college and study for the AAT qualification at age 26. That's so cool that you did that. She graduated in Lincoln Cathedral in 2014 and went on to work for a top 40 accountancy firm. Whilst working with various businesses, including cafes, bars, restaurants and farms, she discovered a passion for helping businesses find solutions to help them grow. And I want to dig into that a bit more deeper, if that's all right.
Yeah.
She also loves how using cloud technology to its full potential enables businesses to make better decisions. And again, that intrigued me. And I was thinking, let's dig deeper into that. Francesca enjoys meeting new people through networking and has set up her own networking group called NYP Social. You can find her on Facebook, folks. She's brilliant. Is it Thursday nights you're on?
Yeah, it's every other Thursday that I do a live now while it's the way it is.
And you know, you've had some really interesting guests who are really authentic like you as well. So look out for that one, folks. It's friendly, laid back, fun, and most importantly, inspires those who attend. In her spare time, Francesca likes reading, has recently discovered a passion for weight training to keep her mentally and physically strong, which is dead important in these, because we are in a pandemic. If you're listening to this some way time in the future when the pandemic is over. I was saying to Francesca earlier that she's the first interviewee on this podcast that I've never even met, but I feel like I know her. And I don't normally interview people I don't know. But this is it's such a credit to who she is as a person. And I feel like I know her because of your dead authentic posts on social media. And folks, I was doing my research. She's only got over 23,000 in fact followers on LinkedIn. I was like flipping it. I was celebrating when I got to 5,000 this year. So
that's good.
A bit rubbish, but I thought, wow, I want to dig into that. There's so many things.
Well, let me tell you something, Estelle. I had last January, I only had 3,500 followers.
That is amazing.
Because I remember what we in January 2020, by the December, so I'd only been in business 8 months, I gained the 3,000. And I think, well, that's not really a lot if you think about it. So I'd only started on LinkedIn the April 2019 properly. And by the Christmas, because I remember saying out loud, and it's so cringe when I want followers, not just for the metrics and it looks good, because I know that I've got a lot of content that I want to help others and it's genuine. And I think people have seen that the more I'm consistent.
Yeah, no, and that's absolutely it. And that's why I wanted you on the podcast, because you are so genuine. And that's one of the traits, and you're one of the most authentic people I know on social media, because, even the other day I was looking at your post and you were talking about, like the ups and downs of life. And there's that song, isn't there? Who's it by? Life is a roller coaster. She's honest, warm, human, engaging, funny, and really inspirational. Her trademarks include a dressy top. I said to her, I've got my dressy top on for you.
You got joggers on?
I've got jeans on, actually, and I'm doing a bit of exec coaching later on, but I've got my heels under the desk.
Oh, but you feel amazing though. I feel scruffy now.
No, not.
Hoodie on, Future Cloud hoodie.
Yeah, exactly. You need your branded gear on, love.
Yeah.
But she's also known for dancing in her chair to music, and I think that might have been one of the first videos I saw, and I was like, wow, this girl is brave.
Oh, it's too. Sometimes I do question, is it too brave? But I just think, right, hang on a minute. Sorry. She was coming down to make food, my daughter. But this is the times now, guys. I do question, is it too brave sometimes? I'm a professional in a professional career and I take my job very seriously. However, I've been in an environment with professional people, and behind the scenes, we're having banter, laughs, fun, Christmas parties, we all get a bit silly. Doesn't mean the clients that we do work for still don't get the best of our work and abilities. And I also think it's great to be able to show your personality, because you will get more work. People will trust who you are.
Exactly.
We're not robots behind the scenes.
Exactly. And I was, funnily enough, I'm going on a photo shoot, not until June, but I ate from a picture taken. And we were talking about, on one of those, I can do a selfie because
I can.
But if you put me in front of a photographer and I'm like, oh.
We all are though, aren't we? Come on, it's out of our control.
Yeah, no. And we went round and round in circles, or I did, about what I wanted. And then in the end, I said, look, I've just got to be real, because if people don't like my pictures, then they won't like me. And I think that's the same, with the work that you do,
Yeah.
But I know you were saying it's not about metrics and all that sort of thing, but you are a success. Do you know what I mean? So you've just got to measure, well, what outcomes are you getting as a result of really being yourself? Well, I would say, as an outsider, you're doing so well. So keep doing it.
Yeah, honestly, it's not only about getting the clients, we're getting a team. People want to work with us because we are showing how to grow a team, being honest about it, real. And it is exciting. To me, it's not good enough yet, though. I'm not finished. 23,000 followers isn't enough. I want more. I like the idea of being known all over. And I don't know, I've done it since I was younger. I remember feeling like that, but almost feeling silly for feeling like that. I thought, am I the only one that wants to be a show off? So true.
But you don't come across as a show off at all. And that's
it's almost like, I'm not showing off as in all I'm vain, look at me, but it is a little bit like that. It is. You have to be a little bit like that if you want people to know who you are, what you're about, what your hobbies are. And I love the idea of inspiring people to be who they want to be, because for me, I'm like a woman with 2 kids. I've actually got a body better than probably before my kids, because I've worked at it. And I like the idea of showing people what I've done.
Yeah.
To show that you can do it too. I don't like doing it behind the scenes and doing it to myself. I like going, this is what I eat, this is how I train, this is how I built the business, this is the day I felt rubbish. But as soon as I share that I felt rubbish, I almost feel better.
No, well, that's it. I use this terrible analogy. It's like lancing a boil. You've got to get the bad out, and then I really need to refine my metaphor.
Yeah, let's think of another one. But that's quite a good way. It's so true.
It just dissipates the feeling, doesn't it? Saying how you feel. But like I was, because I watch you on Instagram as well. So, by the way, what's your handle? Whilst I remember, tell us.
Instagram is franbella.84.
Yes.
And then obviously I've got a Future Cloud one, which is Future Cloud ACC.
Yeah.
And then obviously my personal name on LinkedIn.
And on Facebook as well.
And on Facebook, there's Future Cloud Accountings on there.
Yeah.
And then YP Social. There's loads. I have loads that I manage.
I don't know how to do it. Do you use a piece of software? Do you use one of those? No. So you do it live all the time?
I never schedule a post ever. Never have.
Yeah. That is amazing.
I just find it, is it a bit robotic? Do you feel the same you did 2 days before that you would in 2 days' time? No, I think it's too robotic, and it's for the wrong reasons almost, I feel. I think when you're a business and you're marketing your business, and it can be professional, their strategies, they're great.
Yes.
Get a marketing team if you don't want to do that yourselves, because they're kind of boring ones, but you need to tell people what you do in a more of a professional manner. We haven't started that yet. That's the fact. So as Future Cloud, we didn't have a website for a year, and we still grew a team to 6 of us.
Wow.
Without a website. This is honestly.
Flipping heck.
Yeah. So our website happened I don't even think it's got us any work as such, but it probably has. It's still definitely, you need a website. I'm not saying don't get a website, I'm saying do, because if you get referred, they look at your website, and have had such good feedback on our website as well, which is amazing. So I think business-wise, if you don't know what to do yourself, get a good marketing team. I do believe in shouting about who you are and where you are, but also link that to you personally as the owner as well, which is awesome. People want to know the faces behind the business, don't they? Even more so now than 10 years ago.
Yeah, no, well, you are definitely the brand, aren't you? You know,
more of the personal, yeah, definitely. But we have got a brand as Future Cloud though as well, which you've got to have the little bit of the mix.
Yeah. No, well, and you know, again, what I love about you is the fact that you are inspiring. And we were talking about Instagram earlier, and I saw that post where, you know, where you're doing the wide grip. Oh my God, you are so strong, and the muscle.
I can't do them yet though. I had the box to help me get up because I'm practicing to do them. Obviously, it's not the same at the minute, but I will achieve that.
Yeah,
I will do it. I can do close grip now. And I remember 4 years ago, probably, because I started in the gym in 2016, I couldn't even hang from the top of a bar.
Yeah.
It takes time, but I was willing to put the work in for that long. Just bits and bobs, building strength. And I was so embarrassed to go to a gym. Would you believe it? Like, everyone is.
What made you embarrassed to go to the gym?
You feel almost, if you're not the strongest and fittest, you almost feel like people are judging.
Right. Yeah.
As soon as you're in the environment, you soon realise they are not.
Yeah.
It's just an idea in our heads. It really is. It's like, the best thing I did was push past the uncomfortable in the gym and learn the way to do weights properly, got some guidance, followed the right people on Instagram.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's transformed me.
How's it transformed you? Because you use it to manage stress as well, don't you? I noticed.
Yeah, just made me feel, it's just made me feel like I can do it. I can, you don't have to be, I joke, I act like an athlete, right? You have to almost be as dedicated to your own personal goals as probably as much as an athlete is to their own, you know, sport. And I think, why not? I'm dedicated to my business like an athlete.
Yeah.
I swear, it's so true. And the more I got stronger in the gym, against yourself, don't compare to anyone. And I was stronger than like the month before, or I achieved 2 pull-ups that time, you know, I showed you on the Instagram. It just makes you think, you feel powerful. As a woman with kids, it is a power thing. Like, I can do press-ups better now. My goal was to do full-on man-style press-ups, you know, not the baby ones on your knees.
I love it.
Which is still awesome. I don't know why, but I've just always wanted to prove that fitness and exercise, and even it's just walking, honestly, can improve your lifestyle. And I know people took the piss out of me for years. We had jokes as the family, oh, Fran, what are you eating now? Because I was always like trying to be good.
Yeah. No, I know.
But I did come from an eating disorder as well.
Say that again. I missed that bit.
Sorry, I don't know if my signal went. I did come from an eating disorder as well, which isn't the best.
Wow.
Start. So it is quite obsessive. Yeah.
Well, that is incredible that you're doing what you're doing then, isn't it? So it's like a double inspiration.
Yeah.
So what did you do?
Yeah, no, that was,
go on.
So that was, I'm just going to shut down some of these apps because I don't want it to be disturbing the internet. Let me just shut that as well. Yeah, so 2011 I started, so I went back to studying around 2011 and I started running.
Yeah.
But because I was, and my son was only 2 and I was stressed out with the studying, I was working and I started running to like manage the stress, but then it became quite obsessive. And because my life, I was coming out of a horrible breakup and my life was a bit out of control, I think I started controlling my food and restricting carbs. And then it got to the point where I was really skinny. People would start commenting, not in a supportive way either.
Yeah.
And then it made me just cover up a bit more. But it's almost like I knew what I was doing, but I didn't know it was an eating problem. I thought, well, I'm still eating. What's the matter?
Yeah.
But wasn't eating enough, I was malnourished. But within a year, I managed to get seek therapy and help and support. And by 2014, so as I was finishing my degree, I was getting loads better and out of it, but it took time. I remember it so well. I still wasn't training in the gym. So then the love of getting strong, not skinny, was my vibe.
Yeah. So again, that's just like another thing that you've turned around. And again, that was one of the things that I admired about you. I thought, here she is, she's got 2 kids, she's homeschooling, she's running a business. Not only are you doing all of that, but I think I said to you in my message one Friday night when I texted you to say, will you come on my podcast? You've got so many nuggets. You could almost be a coach as well, a sports coach, a flipping business coach, with all the things that you. So if you're listening and you're not following Francesca, follow her, because she's just really inspirational.
Oh, thank you.
So
say hello, inbox me, guys. Slide into my DMs so I know you've watched.
Oh yeah, I really don't know how you do it all. What's I know you said, so one of the questions is, what's a nugget of genius? What's an insider secret? How do you do what you do? And one of the things you said was routine. So what's your routine? What do you?
My routine is it's very regimented. It had to be. So this is stemming back again years of wanting. So obviously with 2 young kids, I had very much of a routine of getting up early because I wanted to do my workout before I even got to work. If you want to study, you do it early in the morning, you'll do it late nights, you'll do it the weekends. And to fit things in, you need a routine of when you're going to eat. Make sure you're drinking loads of water. I have actually diarised my walks if I have to. You've got to be so organised with kids and with your achievements, and to get your achievements and whatnot, you have to be kind of regimented, in my opinion. You get up at a certain time. I don't snooze my alarm. I've done a video on this on LinkedIn. I've probably done it a few times, to be fair. I just decided one day, actually, I can't stand the snooze button. Why am I snoozing? It's almost like I'm falling out with my own phone. That isn't controlling when I'm getting up. I hear my alarm to get up, obviously, but then I just turn it off and get up. I don't dilly-dally. I just get on with it. Get up, come on, you got stuff to do.
What time do you get up?
It can vary. So let's go back years. I was very 5:30, it could be 6 o'clock, I'm a bit more relaxed with it now, but I was so on my goals back then. So I was working 4 full days, 1 day at college when I was at Duncan and Topless. So back then I could be 5:30, 6. But because I'm in the mornings getting stuff done before the kids were awake, because I was little, when they were up, I'd make sure I eat. You've got to make sure you fuel your body. I know people wake up and go, I don't feel like food. You will when you get used to it. Your body will get used to it. Come on, fuel your body, fuel. Most of the time I don't feel hungry. Just get it down you, and then your body will react and you get more hungrier.
Yeah. I've seen Vicky posts about they look really good, those flapjack things.
Not the grenade bars.
Yes.
They're not flapjack, but I love flapjack, and I love fatty flapjack, if I'm honest. But grenade bars, I love having. I used to think they were a load of crap, grenade bars and all protein bars, but you know what?
Yeah. What's a grenade bar?
So grenade bars are protein bars.
Right.
So because when I started the business, I was on the go all the time, in the car, going to meetings at coffee shops. I'd grab a grenade.
Yes.
And because I loved it that much, I just thought, well, it's better than a chocolate bar, even though it's the same calories. I thought, well, it's got more protein than a chocolate bar, and I love chocolate. I'm obsessed with chocolate. So I thought, be good Monday to Friday and have my chocolate treats at the weekends. So it's all about balance in your life and in business.
Yeah, no, that's it. And as we're on the topic of business, come on, tell us about your business. Give us an insight.
It's only been running, I say only, but it's going to be 2 years, April 2021, right? And it's been a whirlwind. So I obviously worked for Duncan and Topless for 6 years, and I felt like I got to grips with Xero, the cloud accounting solution, Receipt Bank, and I realised if you can do it off your phone, it's the future. An app. I knew all about those kind of things. I love automation. I think there's a lot of accountants that are quite lazy, which is a good thing, because then they want to do the things that are so simple for clients, to make things automated and easier. And I just think, why overcomplicate accounts? For the client's ears, they want to hear the real like insights to their business. They don't want to hear crap. They don't want to hear it at the year end when it's too late.
Yes.
You want to they want hand holding. And I thought, God, I'll be good at this. I can do that.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
how do you hand hold them? What do you do? Give me an example.
Well, just like WhatsApp a lot more. Talk to them. It doesn't have to be an email. You don't have to wait 2 weeks to reply. You don't have to look busy. Just be with them on their business journey, because it's frigging tough out there, as you know. And it's okay to like make time, a bit more time for people. You don't need long meetings. We're doing videos to explain their business, basically, management reporting, insights, so they're clear on what the balance sheet means, because no one really cares about the balance sheet, do they? They want to know what the profits are, but it all entwines.
Yeah.
So hand holding means directing them, telling them, not because sometimes I've heard it. Doesn't matter what accounting software do you want to use, where we're like, we think you need Xero, and this is the reasons why. If you come in with us, we'll put you on everything and we'll show you how to do it.
Yeah.
It should be that simple, but it just never was. So I thought, right. But I met Charlotte, my business partner, networking.
Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how did you two get together?
Yeah, she was at the same firm, but different offices, but we just never like mingled. So until like networking, and we just started chatting about our love for Xero, and I said about some of my ideas, and she said she kind of liked the idea of setting up, and we just looked at each other and went, should we do it together? And we're like, yeah.
Wow, flipping heck.
So I said to her, right, we're wearing hoodies, jumpers. You can wear trainers if you want to wear trainers. I want to be different. I want to shout about us more. I'm going to do some different things on social media. Let's do social. You just use social media. Let's not get a website. Yeah. Let's see what happens. And literally, it just went crazy. In the first couple of months, we were like swamped, but in a good way. But it was hard work.
Yeah. No, it is. It can be challenging, can't it?
Yeah.
Tell us about Xero then. So what does that do?
Xero is the best accountancy software out there at the minute. There are others. I think Xero is one of the first, one of the leaders. Any software is good if you know the ins and outs of it, and we know the ins and outs of Xero. So we are trying to stick to Xero as our accounting solution. So if we get a client that's on QuickBooks, Sage 1 or whatever, we transfer it over, and we make it easy for the client, because if it's easy for the client, it's easier for us as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So Xero, you can link a company bank, your sole trader bank, straight in there, real-time information, and then it helps us make decisions with the client on their business on how to grow. Ooh. And we're also looking at software that plugs into Xero, which will do your cash flow.
Right.
Real information. Obviously, you've got to adapt this side of the cash flow because things change. But it's taking like data from the past year's performance on Xero. So it then almost gives you a bit of an insight without you plugging in anything of what the computer thinks it will look like, and then you adapt. Rather than a spreadsheet going back and forth, you click off that, you do that, saving that, and you can look at it on your phone. When you're out and about, and just check in. Everyone needs to look at their cash flow. Everyone needs a forecast to some degree, just to give your business an idea of where you want to go, where you're heading. So we're hiring again, and fingers crossed they've said yes. And so that's 7. And if we didn't have our bit of a forecast just to plug in what our monthly fee would be for that new salary, and then think, it gears us up to know what kind of direction we're going, because we can see the figures. We've had it where we've had to take out a sale because of lockdown, and someone had to close down, and was like, look at our figures in month whatever, and I was, and then I think, right, I'm on it, we're going for it again, let's go. And it does, with the right people around you, accountants, finance people, and with you as a business telling us your ideas, we'll work as a great team.
Nice.
In a nutshell.
Brilliant. So, one of the things that comes across about you is that you use the word help a lot, help and grow. And so whether conscious or unconscious, I suspect they're values of yours. And so, in other words, things that are important to you. So where does that come from? What makes helping people important to you?
It's a funny, I think, when I was younger, I think I was very frustrated as a kid. My dad owned restaurants and it was in the restaurant business. He wasn't really around. He didn't manage his restaurant businesses very well. They would make so much money and he just flit it away and basically let us down big time. And I think I learned how not to be. He was an inspiration for the opposite reasons that you think, oh, he wasn't a role model.
Yeah.
And I feel like the support wasn't there from him. Now, my mum, obviously amazing. She had to bring up 3 girls on her own. And she's not as strong as me. She was happy to tick along with her job and get by, and that's brilliant for her sort of thing. But it did give me fire, I think, to think I want more. Yes. I want more. And my dad obviously gave me the fire to support others and show how hard it is. I think when you've been through a lot yourself, it makes you more caring towards others if you didn't necessarily have it, maybe. I don't know. I've just completely going off what I've said before that I think it could stem from. I think sometimes your background could show you how not to be.
Yeah.
And when I was in my early teens as well, before I had my kids, I was out drinking a lot with, binge drinking at the weekends with your mates, trying to fit in, but I didn't fit in because I am a bit more of a geek, if I'm honest. Geek in a nice way. I like geeks, by the way. I know people see it as a negative. It's not. I like learning. I like business. I like sitting in. I don't like drinking, but I used to do it to fit in, and it took me studying and going to college and saying to my mates, I'm not going out anymore, I'm saving every pound so I can buy my house, which I ended up doing with 2 kids, while I was studying, all at the same time. It just shows you you can achieve so much if you are dedicated and make sacrifices. I was willing to make the sacrifices and learn from my past bad mistakes. So I think a lot of women as well, they'll get in a bad relationship and they'll blame them. It's their fault. But hang on a minute, you made that choice. So I made the choice to get in with these men that really wasn't suited to me. Yeah. So instead of dwelling on it, I thought, you know what, you learn from it and move on. Because for a long time, I felt like I was damaged goods. How awful was that? Before I studied.
Why did you feel like that?
I thought no one's going to want to be with a single mum, 2 kids by 2 different dads, in no real career. And I didn't want to rely on a man for money, because my mum had to rely on my dad for money, and God forbid he gambled it away and whatever else he did. So it was like I didn't want to rely on a man, so I had to make my own path. And that's why I thought, right, I'm going back to studying. And even then I was on like £6 an hour for years. Counting pennies, getting my correct tax credits, counting, budgeting.
Yeah, no, and one of the things I talk about is that good can come from adversity if you choose. So you can make good from those experiences. And I'm reading a brilliant book at the minute. I don't know if you can see it. It's called The Book You Wish Your Parents Had Read and Your Kids Will Be Glad You Did. And it's all about, I've not read loads of it, but it's talking about managing relationships. Is it a parenting book? It is a little bit, but it's also about you as the adult and how you interact with kids and all that sort of thing. And it talks about, we can make a chain stronger in a family line, so continue behaviours through a family line, or we can break that chain and go, do you know what, I want something different for my kids, and I'm going to do things differently. And this is just a classic example of how you've been really strong in going, do you know what, I'm going to do something different.
Yeah.
And so much respect for you. I was brought up by a single mum, and I think what we do for our kids, or what my mum did for us, is she taught us independence, and that you can be strong and you can do anything you want. Just set your mind.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's amazing your mum said that. That's so good. Like my mum, it would have been so hard for her, but in the old traditional ways, it was the mum stayed at home and had a little ticky job.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be, I don't know, I just started off that way because I obviously had 2 young kids and I thought, I'll just do my 16 hours, claim benefits. That's my life now, because my people telling me, oh, you do 16 hours, you can claim that as a single parent and that. And I thought, all right, I'm thinking, I want more. I don't want to be on benefits. I want to earn my own money. And it just kicked in the drive. And I had to come away from certain people just to focus and get it done.
Yeah. And again, that takes real bravery, because sometimes, when you disconnect, people don't like it, do they? So
no, you stop getting asked to go out anymore, or holidays. All my mates were looking amazing on the girly holidays with the new dresses and stuff, and I just felt, well, that's not the path I want.
Yeah.
Keep reminding myself, keep thinking. I'm very forward thinking, which works for Future Cloud. I have always been forward thinking. I vision everything I've achieved now. I've visioned it and it's come true.
So where do you see yourself going then? So if you envision things, what's kind of the next thing for you? You said you want to be known all over as well. I love that. So come on.
So when me and Charlotte started Future Cloud, I didn't think massively, I didn't know for sure. Obviously before Charlotte, I thought, could you imagine me with a big team? Like you do, don't you? When I met Charlotte, I didn't say to her, right, we're going to do this and this and this, and we're going to have a massive team. I just said to her, let's hire someone else. So she was really like, what are you doing? Like, I know she was. And I had to keep saying, trust me. You can't take all the money out for yourself straight away. That is another sacrifice. You're not going to be loaded on day one. Yeah. And it's not necessarily all about the money either. The money does come because the passion's there. You want it enough. But I love the idea of growing a team of accountants that are more personal. They're more confident about bringing who they are out. They use social media because that's just going to get bigger and bigger, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I love the idea of being all over different places and around locally as well. I don't know. I just like the idea. So on our website, I said to Charlotte, right, I want a quote on our website, and that's the opening thing. And I think our quote at the minute, because we might change it, is like, don't think like a small business.
Yeah.
Just because you are a small business, think bigger. Yeah. And I know Charlotte thinks I'm a whirlwind. She's like, yo, you always think bigger. Why do you always? I'm like, I actually can't help it. I just want more.
Where does that come from then? Where does the thinking bigger, wanting more, where does that come from?
I just don't know. I do it for all our clients as well. I'm like, well, what more can you, I bet they're sick of me. What more can you be doing? If they're saying they're struggling, I'm like, right, have you gone on, let me look at your social media. Have you posted yet? No, you have to, I don't know. I think I just like the idea of being well known and an inspiration for a good way. I think I'm probably crazy enough to be different and let it happen and show others. I just always like at Duncan and Topless, I used to laugh in the office. The directors didn't know this, but I used to say, oh, don't tell them I swear, because I do swear now and again. And it was a running joke that the directors didn't, obviously I did. I just like the idea, and I think more people should think, they're formal.
Say that again, sorry. They're what?
They are formal.
Yeah, okay.
Formal, so I felt like.
Yeah, so, and that's not you.
Yeah. So I wanted to be me. Obviously, I don't F and blind in front of the wrong people. I'm very good at tactful when I say it and when I don't. But I'm not perfect either. And I say that I've made loads of mistakes. And even as a parent, I sacrifice days out with the kids so I can either work or I'm saving money. Yeah. But they know that because I communicate it with them.
Yeah, exactly. I was saying just yesterday to a team that I was working with that, you just completely fallible. Do you know what I mean? We're really human, aren't we? We screw up all over the place. But the point is that we learn, don't we, from those experiences? And
yeah, we do learn. And it's not beating yourself up for too long as well.
Yeah, exactly. And you were saying you want to be known all over. So where does that come from?
I don't know. You tell me. Maybe I'm middle child syndrome.
You're middle child, are you?
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
that something to do with it, do you think?
could be. Yeah, absolutely. Again, another brilliant book. Do you like reading this book?
Yeah.
It's about sibling order, and it explains the personality types. The sweeping generalizations, some of it's useful, some of it's not, but yeah, it could be. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know. I just like the idea, because my sisters aren't like me whatsoever, bless them. They're just not. And that, and I know they roll their eyes at me as she goes again, but they're so supportive. They're brilliant.
Oh, yeah. I've seen you with your sisters. Beautiful
On my
lady.
posts.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
But again, because I was thinking the other day, I was looking at my Instagram, and again, had been asked, oh, what do you want your Instagram to look like in the future? And I thought, well, I don't really, I know you're supposed to have tiles, aren't you? And it's all supposed to look neat and all that jazz. And I had a look at a few other Instagram accounts, and I thought, oh, that's just boring.
It is boring. Who told you to do it like that?
When I've been doing my research online,
Okay.
you're supposed to do like, certain colours and all that sort of thing. And I just thought, that just looks fake to me. Like anything fake. And again, that's what I love about the fact that you mix everything together, so we get to see the whole you, don't we?
Yeah, I think people don't dare put the same thing on Facebook to the do on LinkedIn, whereas I'm trying to show you can do that. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Really doesn't matter.
Just started doing that. I've just thought, oh, sod it, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Look it and see. Tell me, so you started out with, what was it, 3,000-ish followers, and then you've gone up to
23.
Tell me about that journey in between.
I basically just didn't give up. I like doing it. If I like doing videos, just keep posting them, helping others. Keep posting about how the business is growing, how the business has had its ups and downs, how we had a tough client once. I posted that. Just consistency. Yes. I'm not doing it for a quick win. I'm not doing it for, obviously we want clients from it, but I want the clients to really see my journey and think, well, actually, she knows her stuff. It's not, business isn't just about typing in a calculator and you're technical and you're brilliant. There's loads more to it. And that's why us as accountants, we are different. We just want to plug your figures in and just get the odd result at the year end. We want to be a business, help with the business development, give ideas, have the conversations, have a laugh with our clients, and actually put good systems in. And if me and the team can provide that, then amazing, because it makes us feel good if we're helping a client feel good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's dead rewarding, isn't it?
So rewarding.
So one of the, the reason it's called Exec Insider Secrets, because it is about the inner stuff, sharing that. I was saying earlier to you that I hear so many secrets in inverted commas, and part of the podcast is people being real, being honest, talking about what switches them on, what switches them off, but also, often my clients won't come in and say that they're stressed, because that's not kind of the thing to do, but they'll give the impression that they're stressed. I have, like, even on the wall there, I've got this big wheel on the wall, and it's a feelings wheel, because sometimes I say, come on, how do you feel? And people will say, I don't really know. And I say, right, come on, let's go look at the wheel and pick a feeling. How do you actually feel? Because once we understand how people feel, then we can resolve stuff. It's lancing the boil again. But stress is a common theme. Imposter syndrome is a common theme that I listen to. What causes you stress in your work life? How does it work for you?
Just when I can get overwhelmed. I don't like the word stress. Overwhelmed happens a lot, because I literally have email after email, quotes I need to do. That can get me worked up. When I know a team member's not happy, or there's something happened, it can really play on me. If Charlotte's not on her very well, it can really play on me. I like to know the team are all fit, healthy and happy. Because that can really stress me out. Clients, stresses, the only thing that stresses me, overwhelms me, because that's a more positive way of looking at it, is when they're worrying. I don't like the idea of a client worrying. I'd rather talk it out and take it with them, so that can play on me. But I'm quite strong like that, so I can do that. But it's overwhelming. And then personal life, kids, it's hard.
Yeah.
There's loads of different things that can overwhelm me.
Yeah. And
doing a quote can really overwhelm me. Do I get it right? Am I going too low, too high? But then I think, go with your value. Don't undersell yourself.
Exactly. But funnily enough, last night I was having a similar conversation with my sister. She lives in Spain, and we'd had a Zoom call with my dad, who's not very well at the moment, and it was busy. I'd had a busy day, training, blah blah blah, all the usual stuff. And I'm there chopping peppers. I'm on the phone to my sister. I've got 2 dogs boinging around the kitchen, crowding. And she said, "Are you all right?" I said, "No, I'm overwhelmed."
Yeah, it does.
And it is, you're right. We can quite easily get overwhelmed, can't we?
Of course.
We look after our self-care, don't we? What do you do for your self-care? Exercise is a big thing. How do you look after yourself?
I do it every day without fail. I won't sit still all day and just bog down in it. If there's loads of work to do, it will get done better if I take a break and have a walk.
Yes.
Ring a client, I'll have a walk around the house.
Yeah.
I do some exercise, stretch, have a nice conversation with a family member, ring a friend, text, do social media. I break up the day sometimes with doing something fun on social media, silly, and then I'm like, oh, here we go again. But you do have to have all your tabs open almost, because you want to do other things as well as manage your self-care and whatnot. But doing a face mask, nice bubble bath, take your time, nice kind words to yourself, because you can go, oh, I'm so useless at doing that. No, I'm good at it. You can do it. That's what I do a lot.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. So, because again, I talk about having an inner coach, because we have an inner critic, and turning it and feeding good words and turning
good words. Yeah.
Where do you go when you go walking? So do you walk locally?
Locally. Yeah, just Sconce Hills Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's near my house, or walk on Fernwood where our office is.
Yeah.
Nowhere spectacular, to be honest. It can be just round my block 3 times, just get something done. If it's raining and you really don't want to go out in it, walk around your house. Scream into a pillow is quite a funny one to do.
Yeah.
Let it out.
Yeah, exactly. But we have a saying in our house, better out than in. And we're talking about abortions there.
Yeah.
Better to get them out. Oh, I have enjoyed interviewing you so much. Is there any kind of final words that you'd like to share with us before we sign off?
If you're not on social media as much as you could be, just get on it, just post it, my hashtag.
Yeah.
And the journey is real, hashtag. Don't be so hard on yourself. It's really difficult at the minute. And obviously as accountants, and our business is very lucky in a way that we can do it digitally. But if you're not on the digital journey, see what you can do as a business that is more online. So for example, we look after a gym, their gym's shut. So they are looking into online systems. So in time, the online system will probably bring in as much money when the gym opens anyway.
Wow.
But that's what we want. You can do so much as an online coach, adapt your business, look at different ways.
Yeah, excellent. So many pearls of wisdom. Thank you so much.
I hope so. I feel like I've been absolutely useless.
Not at all. Honestly, you've just been yourself. You've been brilliant.
It's been good. I've enjoyed it. I just, once I get going, I love it.
Yeah, no, you're really, really inspirational.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.